Do you often wonder what kind of a light worker you are? How you fit into this big spiritual arena? And you wonder, is there meaning and purpose to all the knowledge you have gleaned and whether you are serving a purpose? Well, I'm Julianna Jay and I have the privilege in life of being a soul illuminator. So I speak to people just like you every day who are looking for guidance and understanding and meaning as to how they fit into the jigsaw of life. So I'm delighted to be here for numerologist.com today to share with you the 6 types of light workers that exist and to see where you fit in that arena. So the first and most obvious one is the healer, and we're very used to the healer. So there are many kinds of healers, from doctors, psychiatrists, nurses, to the more holistic, like reflexologists, like acupuncturists. And it's wonderful how they have fitted and tucked themselves from something that was very holistic and alternative into mainstream. And the types of healers that are out there, to me, extends far further than just those who are with title of being a healer as an alternative practitioner. Because I believe that within the healing arena, we can heal in so many different ways. We can heal by thought, by word, and by deed. And what I mean by that is some people help us to get our thoughts together. So people who are mindfulness teachers, for people who are helping us to bring ourselves into a state of being and alignment and calmness, are helping us with our thoughts and helping us with how to work with the law of attraction, the laws of the universe. And these are very, very important healers who help us to heal our perspective on the world. Then there are the healers who heal through their words. So people who write amazing songs, the Ed Sheerans who have just wealth in the words, beautiful poets like John O'Donoghue who've healed through words, people who can write high vibrational scribed pieces like I have the honor of doing for people, where there is a vibration in every word and there's healing brought in through the vibration of those words. And by deed would be there are people who heal people by laying their hands, by being able to lay their hands on parts of the body that feel ailed in some way, that feel ill in some way, and are able to bring in healing into the body. So here's to all the healers, and if you identify with the healer in you, I want to honor you for the work that you're doing and the light you're bringing into the world. The second one are very, very rarely talked about, and I think you're amazing, and they are the transmuters. The people who can actually transmute dense energy. So some people do this in buildings and through house clearings. Some people do it through clearing through the body of another person at a distance. They transmute that dense energy. There are other people who transmute dense energy in many shapes and forms, through sound, through music, through using sage, through using so many different things, and sometimes through transmuting the energy through their own body, even though I don't suggest that that has to be the only way to do it, because it can be very hard for the transmuters to keep their own energetic field clean and clear, and the risk of overwhelm is very, very strong. So it's good to have a toolbox if you're a transmuter, so it's important to learn more about that. The messengers are the third types of light workers. They're the ones probably most traditionally linked with this. The people who get angel messages and spirit messages and messages from the ascended masters and the saints. They may be card readers. They may be people who read your aura, and they're getting messages from maybe people on this earth about who are still alive, or they may be working as a medium who gets messages from heaven. These are beautiful people who are messengers, who bring messages of love, light and empowerment into people's lives, and they change the direction of many people's lives. And here's to the messengers who bring those divine messages, because sometimes it can be very embarrassing. It can be difficult for people to get out of the way and just give the messages it's given. And it's a beautiful skill. And if you feel drawn to this today, maybe it's an area of growth for you. Maybe you're ready to bring your cards from the back room out into the world. Maybe you're ready to share your messages further, or maybe you need a little development course that you could do with somebody to help you to read cards or to be able to develop your spiritual gifts in order to be able to truly bring those messages of love out to the world. So if you're drawn to this, know your soul may be giving you that message today. The fourth one are those who read the divine blueprint, and they're the divine blueprint holders. I'm one of those. What is meant by that is we have access to your unique encoding. So through the grace of God, we're able to go in and assess the codes that are in alignment with you. The innate personality as is laid out in the blueprint of the record before you came on earth. This is beautiful work. It's done with Archangel Metatron and Mother Mary, who hold the records called the Akashic Records. And those records have amazing ability to bring clarity to some of the emotional blocks that are happening from past life, present life, or things that have just hurt you so badly and you cannot understand why this is causing such friction within your energy field. When the encoding is explained to you, it is just so powerful because it allows people to get 360 vision on their life and what they're working through. So here's to the divine print holders and those who can do soul readings, those who can do Akashic readings and hold those kind of records and be able to translate them for somebody. The fifth type is grid workers and gatekeepers. I think these are amazing beings of light that very few people talk about. They're the people who are on this earth to do grid work, to work with the ley lines, to work with the ascension process, to work with the process of lifting the vibration of Mother Earth. They work, oh my goodness, at such density to clear Earth, to clear old buildings, to clear maybe roads where there has been a lot of trauma. I know I live in Ireland, and where we had the famine, there would be people clearing ancestral lines and roads where people who were very sad had trod, and it has left an imprint in the land. And these people are working on the grids of Mother Earth, and they're working on bringing up the encoding of the crystalline grids that are coming through to us. And they are vital parts of the ascension path, and yet sometimes they're too embarrassed to tell people where they are, or maybe they've never had until this moment a name for what they do. So you are grid workers and gatekeepers into the underworld, into the past world, into so many things, and you really are so important in the ascension process. So bless you and in your sacred work. And the sixth type that we have are the teachers. And there are many kind of teachers, and sometimes we just get rocked up and think, oh my goodness, you know, a teacher is someone who teaches at a school. And sometimes, yes, there are schools for spirituality and for light bringers and light workers, but sometimes the teachers are the people who have been either healers, or they have been the people who have been transmuters, the people who brought messages before, divine blueprint holders, or the grid workers, and now they're feeling a calling to teach. They're feeling a calling to give of themselves and what they know to the collective, so that they can really start to help many, many people to come on the path. And if you've been drawn to teaching what you know, this is a very sacred time in a soul's calling. And it's just when you're elevating to another level. So don't be frightened. There are people who need what you've learned on your path. They need this information from you, and they will value what you have. So please allow yourself to start to step up and step into that space of teaching, because if the soul wants you to be a teacher, it will keep calling you. It may make you jealous of another teacher. It may rise a need in you to say, I know all of that information. Why am I not saying it? That's the teacher coming out in you. That's the one who wants to actually get out there and go from a facilitator for a one-on-one into group therapy work. And it's incredibly powerful what teachers do on the spiritual path of all of us as we live and grow and find meaning in our lives. It's been an honor and a privilege to share these insights with you, and I hope you identified with at least one of those light workers. And I would call on you, rather than being light workers, to be light beings, because it is in being that we end up doing and being all we were meant to be or do. I'm going to say that again. It is in the being that we end up doing and being all we were ever meant to say or do. So just be, go within and be, and just be the most unique encoding and the aspect of self that feels so right for you at this moment in time. From me and numerologist.com, I'm honoured to share this with you and have this opportunity, and if any of this has resonated with you, I'd be delighted to hear your comments below, so please feel free to share your comments with me.